beautiful people. What's good? What's poppin'? I hope you're having a great day so far. If not, that's okay. That's all right. Come on. Sit down with me. We're going to flip that frown upside down, and we're going to get into another reaction for you. Okay? So, I received quite a few suggestions to get back into Elvis and the Black community. You guys wanted part 1 and 2. If you have not seen part 1, we uploaded that yesterday, that is up and ready for you to enjoy. So today we are continuing that series. We're getting into part 2. Now, I think I did see a suggestion that stated that it's on another channel by the name of Sean and Mel, and I think I found the right one. If it's not, again, let me know, guys. If you can find it, drop that link in the comment, copy and paste it. That way I can get the right one watched for you guys. But yes, this is Elvis Presley and the Black Community Part 2. Let's not waste no more time. Let's dive back into some Elvis.
Welcome back, you guys, to the S&M squad. It's your boy Sean
and your girl Mel.
Your
y'all
favorite
support.
couple, y'all.
Yes, we are.
Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified.
And guys, don't forget to join the S&M squad.
Go support.
Yes, sir.
Subscribe, y'all.
Woo,
Subscribe.
Nelly.
Subscribe.
The first time I met Elvis, I was in Las Vegas in the 70s. I was the conductor and music director for B.B. King, the blues act. We were opening in the Las Vegas Hilton's main room as the opening act, Frank. Well, we had no idea Elvis was there, nor did she. So we were watching her act from backstage. And in her act, she walked around the main room in the audience, and she always stopped at this certain table.
That morning when I walked into the dining room, I spoke. I said, "Good morning." He said, "Good morning." I said, "What are we going to have for breakfast this morning?" He said, "Fried peanut butter and banana sandwich."
What?
And I looked at him. I said, "What?" He said, "Fried peanut butter and banana sandwich." I said, "I never heard of it."
I have never heard of that either, y'all. Let me know if you tried that. Is it good? I may try it. I may try it on camera with you guys.
The first time I went in, fixed the sandwich and put it on the tray and brought it back, that wasn't right. The father was sitting there, and he said, "Mary, I'm going with you and help you. And let's see, maybe both of us can get it right." I said, "Okay." And he said, "Let's toast the bread first." So we toast the bread and then spread the peanut butter on it and slice the bananas and put on it.
Okay.
And put them into the skillet and kept turning them with the spatula. And turn them till they got heated all the way through. Then I take them and cut them, put them on the platter and take them back to him. And he said, "Now that's what I want, that's right." And then smile.
But he'll always live because of the fact he was such a beautiful man. I don't care what nobody says. I know Elvis. You know, there are a lot of rumors. Elvis and I sang spiritual together. And, he kept me from being number one. I was number one soul and he was number one world. And
oh, wow.
It took a long time, but that's almost like the 2 rental cars. It made me try harder. And I love Elvis for it. And we'll always pray for Elvis.
Do you remember that? Do you remember? It wasn't actually, you don't really meet Elvis, you actually just look at Elvis. Okay? My mother sang with Elvis for years. Yeah. She and her group, they were called the Sweet Inspirations. Yeah. They also sang for Aretha for many, many years. Okay. On most of the, in the 60s, they were on all of Aretha songs. Well, Elvis took a liking to them. Mm-hmm. And my mom sang with him for many years. And they were very close. Yeah. I just remember at one point being in a room, and we were all in this room, my mother and the singers, and the usually backstage kind of thing. And he just walks in the room with his mink on, with his glasses on. Oh my God. And he just walks in, he says something, and everybody just, you don't say anything, you just look.
I was about to say, I bet the whole mood shifted. Like, the whole aura in the room just shifted. Like, a star is here.
It was just one of those moments I won't forget as a kid.
Oh my
it wasn't
God.
like, "Hi, Mr. Elvis, nice to meet you." You didn't do that. You just sat back and just
That presence.
Just looked at him. He was amazing to look at.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Wow.
And just to be his presence was awesome.
Tell me about that. Well, when they first called, the girl said, Elvis Presley. Oh, my God. What are we going to do? I said, hey, it's a gig, and it's a good one. Uh-huh. So we went. And when we got there, it was nothing like what we might have thought, because it was just wonderful. It was really wonderful. He was into gospel. So every once in a while when we finished rehearsing with him, we just sing gospel, all of us, And we just had a good time. Good money and good pay and it was nice atmosphere, and we didn't go around with him as his friends. We worked for him. So we saw him at work or at rehearsals. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what he did in between, nor did I care. I just doing what I was supposed to do, and we were.
I didn't get to see that name with who?
What he did were.
Sissy Houston. Okay, this is Whitney Houston's mother. Gotcha, that she was talking about. Look at this. I'm not sure.
The sweet inspiration.
I was about to say, I'm not sure if the music about to be copyrighted. I was about to turn it down.
We've talked on television and had interview situations. I've never asked you about Elvis.
Which one though?
When did that all start? When did the whole love for Elvis begin?
He teases me about Elvis all the time.
But never on the air. Never.
No, when he says, like, if Elvis was alive now, he said, man, you wouldn't even hang out with Elvis. I said, yes, I wish it, man. Elvis would be in the lobby of your house, like, so man, is it there? And I'd be in the room. Hey, what's going on, man? He told me to come over. Oh, I know what's going on. All right. But when I was a kid, see, Elvis Presley to me, it's his presence, I think it is. I don't think anyone in this business has had as much presence as Elvis. I don't think anyone's had as strong a presence. I think.
And in the previous video I did watch, where I did speak briefly about, how like nowadays in the music industry, it is very hard to have that. You have to, I feel like, I'm not in the music industry clearly, so don't mind what I'm going to say if you don't like what I have to say. But I feel like for longevity purposes, if you really want to stay in the music industry, in the game, your presence is super duper important in how you come off to the world. And I love how there's that common theme from every celebrity that has worked with Elvis or anybody that has just worked with him closely, whether it be his friends, his workers, his employees. Everybody has that saying that they're saying about, his presence, his aura was just there. And you could tell it shifted. It was so great enough to the point you just stared at him, as they said. And I think that's just something that's lacking nowadays. A little bit.
I think Michael Jackson's the only entertainer who's ever been more famous than him. But I think Elvis has more presence. Like when Elvis walked in the room, everybody just looked at Elvis. When he's on the screen, you looked at Elvis. You just had this thing about him. And he was going through all this stuff with drugs and all this craziness. But on screen and on stage, he always looked like he was in control. And that's amazing because it was this war going on inside this guy. And I'm just fascinated.
Wow.
Because the black community obviously felt that we shouldn't be doing it. So Ebony Magazine, in fact, called us and wanted to know, we got a lot. Why are you singing with Elvis Presley? Why not? and sometimes we get shot back with, well, you know what he said about black people. Yeah, I heard that story too. But I also heard the one he said about Mexican people. It's the same story. The one he said about the story is Elvis Presley said, all a black person, I'm using that, can do for me is shine my shoes. Mexicans have the story. All a Mexican can do for me is sign my shoes. That's also attributed to Elvis.
Did he say that?
Yeah, that's a story. That's a rumor
Oh, okay.
made up by some rock and roll singer who wanted to be where
A hater, basically. That's what I'm getting from a hater.
Elvis was, I suppose. Because as far as I'm concerned,
That's crazy.
Elvis treated us royally.
Oh.
And if he said it, I don't care, because there's the things that I've said I don't want anybody repeating.
That's very true.
I'm going to be Elvis impersonator.
Obviously, you see the irony here. You've got a black man imitating a white man who sounded like a black man.
I respect Elvis for what he did for music. You know, he opened a lot of doors for a lot of folks back there during a time when they wouldn't even, quote unquote, play the music on radio. So this is a tribute to Elvis.
At first, yes.
Yeah, I said he's playing black music. He's a white guy.
Yeah, but see, at first he was playing more like rockabilly. He wasn't really getting into the things that he started to do later. But when he started to do that, then he started to turn heads, including mine.
Yeah, it did. So
yes.
What did you see then?
I saw that he had everything. The looks, he had the talent.
He had the rhythm, and the rhythm, the soul.
My heart gets filled with so much joy every time I watch one of these one-on-one interviews with somebody that, again, was in the same room with Elvis, got to interact with him, and you can see the joy that they had even talking about the man. That's love, man.
Had everything. To me, he had everything. You know, you started looking at the guys, God almighty, he's handsome, he's tall, he looks good, he can sing, he can play. You know,
women.
Well, I didn't see, I didn't see women disliking him, but he was just, I didn't see him after them either. But I guess had I been handsome like that, I probably would.
Black cats, keep away from me.
What is this from?
Take my advice.
Are they gonna copyright me for this?
Ocean elm tree.
I'm sorry, y'all. I can't take the risk.
I ain't lying.
Early 70s, when tensions between blacks and whites were at an all-time high, Elvis demonstrated his desire for racial reconciliation in the musicians that he chose and the treatment they received.
Right, and this one was in the first one.
He
a trailblazer, a true trailblazing humanitarian.
Believed that he had a certain connection with God, not so much more than anybody else did, but in his search, he was trying to get close to God. So he felt that by helping others, maybe that was his mission.
Different than other kids I grew up with. I'd hang around parts of Tupelo my folks never even knew.
Sorry, y'all. Audio quality is poor. My volume is all the way up.
This friend of mine used to take me across town to an area called Shake Rag. And that was when I first heard the blues.
This is the house that Elvis bought for me. He bought it in 1974. And he came and picked the house out for me. And I liked it, and he liked it. So he said, well, Mary, this is your house, if you like it. I told him
Oh, my goodness. Stop. His heart was huge.
I loved it.
He had a huge heart.
It was really nice.
There must be light.
Please, don't start the song again. Y'all gonna make me cry.
Burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in a sky more blue. If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, oh why can't my dream come true?
Whew, okay. I was holding it back because, y'all, it was coming. The picture, and then the collage of pictures didn't help. Oh, my goodness. so heartwarming. Like I said, just the type of man he was. Again, I knew of Elvis, but I did not know all of this. My heart, I'm very empathetic. My heart, that's why it's some pauses. I'm still trying to like wrap my head around this man's legacy. It's amazing to see just in the amount of time that he was here, how much of a path of doors he opened for other opportunities for a lot of people. He really a trailblazer. As I said, a trailblazer. It don't get any better than that. But yeah, y'all, that was Elvis Presley and the Black Community Part 2. Again, I'm so sorry if the audio is poor. It really wasn't a lot I could do with it. My volume was all the way up. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for joining me today. Don't be afraid, don't be shy to leave comments or suggestions for the next future watch on my channel. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys in the next video.